Standing by for action, MotoGP in 2026 is about to get underway. Welcome to the Chang International Circuit for free practice 1 ahead of a brand new season of MotoGP action. Good morning everybody, the green light goes on and we are underway. Brand new season for MotoGP and it all starts right here, right now. Now, I've just got to be honest with you first of all. Very unlikely that we're going to have Megan Birch alongside us for this weekend. She's suffering with tonsillitis. Hopefully, she's going to be okay and back with us soon. But there's also another option coming in, and that is that I too am suffering with a bit of a sore throat. So, we're on the blackcurrant juice and the honey and lemon flavour ultra chloroseptic throat spray. So if you see me trying to do that with my throat, it's just me trying to get some antiseptic to the back of it. We're just doing it just before the start and hopefully it's okay. New look commentary box as well. If you didn't join us throughout any of the testing or any of the action. Lip mic. So I'll be using a lip mic. Megan's still keeping her headset. So away we go. Out then on the circuit, all the same data as before. And look how busy that rider tracker is. 22 of the world's best riders are heading out onto the circuit, and this is going to be something special. Morning to Plug, morning as well to Nylan as well. I hope that's how I pronounce your name. It's very small on my monitor. But good morning, everybody. How have you found the off-season? Exciting? Ready to go? Here's Marc Marquez. He's still not 100% fit, is Marc. So he's coming into a MotoGP season unsure about how he's going to do it. He's on the best bike, but so is now his brother of Alex Marquez. Here's Jorge Martin. Martin back up to speed. Forced to stay on the Aprilia. Couldn't leave to join another team like he wanted to at the end of last year. So there's going to be a lot of sort of sliding around. But that Aprilia was fast in pre-season testing here at the Buriram test just a few days ago. It did set the fastest time. So it's got momentum and it's got speed alongside it if it wants it, that is. Here's Juan Mir, the 28-year-old, on board with the Honda. How much are we going to see him sort of change up this weekend? There's a lot of style as Honda enters the 2026 season in concession rank C. So they get less time to develop the bike over the course of them all. So this is going to be an interesting year for Honda. We had too many podiums last season. Go concession changes. We've also got a brand new tool called the Apex Pad this season. So if you take a look down on the circuit map, if there's an accident, I'll be able to zoom in on what part of the circuit is the worst one. So a little bit of a new tool. And we can also take a look at some bike upgrades from photos that have been taken. And take a look at how it all works. So I hope you'll join us on the roller coaster on JB Motorsports this year for what is going to be hopefully a brilliant season. Just watching now with the beautiful Trackhouse Gulf livery. Riding through is the number 70, is Alex Marquez. He's taking an inside line. Digi's got the first time on the board. So a little bit more of an improvement coming through. As we're just going to sync the deltas. I believe it's still coming up there. Okay, then second. Oh, it's increased slightly actually. Not 230. So we'll just sync the data ahead for you. So we're not too far out. Something that we forgot to do at the start of this show. So bear with us. There we go. There's that and out sync up and hopefully get sorted. Alex Marquez goes into 11th position right now on a well, there is the Grassini Racing Squad on the Ducati. 131.455. Here's Maverick Vinales looking strong. What have your takeaways been then during the winter break? What have you all been thinking? Has it been good? Has it been bad? We want to know your opinions, please. Just some live titivation on the timing screen. Does that work for everyone? Thinking about it, I think I can get a lot more names on the board this year. They've shrunken the text, so I think after this session I might zoom it back up that way a little bit and do some playing around with the data. See if we can get the factories and maybe even the teams on board, because there's a huge gap between everything. So I'll still do some run-ins. Hello, Sean. Hello, hello, hello. I do apologise for my voice, by the way. Desperately trying. Ian Birch is very kindly going to join me in the commentary box for practice 2 to help me out. As up the inside, Bsky makes the move on Johan Zarco. Very nicely done on the inside line. Just taking over one step at a time. Zarco's in P9 as things are standing at the moment. Yep, MotoGP has arrived. Brand new season. And lap time cancelled for the 11 due to exceeding track limits. That's Diego Moreira, our race winner and champion. Look at Jorge Martin up into 3rd position as well. He's really recovered at the moment. Bsky, he's P1. Fastest first sector. Over the line he comes now. And it's 1:29.446. So still not best compared to his best time. So I was expecting differentials. But still, it is Bsky from Dijantonio. Then it's Marc Aled, then it's Jorge Martin. Pedro Costa, Pecco Bagnaia, Marc Marquez, Alex Marquez. Igura goes up into 8th position, 1:30.236. So there's a nice differential time there as they try and filter their way through. Marc Marquez 1:30.260 for 6th fastest, and there's a picture of Marc Marquez's Jesus Christ. Well, they do see him as a god in these parts in Thailand. So I'd say that's completely acceptable. Pecco Bagnaia. Only time he was good last year was at the Japanese Grand Prix, when he really sort of stepped up to the mark. Looking for a better season than what he had last. I mean, fingers crossed that is going to be this one. There's a rumour going around, of course, that he will not be with the team next year. For the first time, we are seeing Mikel Pirro Gresini colours. Mikel Pirro is down in 22nd position. He's run some laps so far, 4 in total. Bagnaia comes across the line and stays in 5th position. New best lap time, 1:29.802. Yes, I have got a really bad case of sore throat. So I apologise if I'm not usually peppy. Trying to get the voice back ahead of tomorrow. But commentating sometimes brings out the best in it. I had Raul Fernandez as one of my biggest improvement surprises this season. Raul Fernandez could be. Definitely needs to be on the cards. Pre-season testing went well for him. There's a lot of improvements on the cards this year that could be up there. I mean, I've struggled to pick a champion coming into this one because there's just too many around that you can go, yeah, he's going to be world champion this year. The logical pick is Marc Marquez. But you've then got Alex finally on a top bike. You've got Marco Bsky looking strong. And you got Jorge Martin looking strong. It's sort of a guessing game. of who's got the fastest bike engine behind them. And Zarco comes into the last corner, over the line now, and it's a 1:30.533. So improves a little. There's some French Johan Zarco fans in the main grandstand. Got a yellow flag out. Oh, hang on, that's an Aprilia. Is that Martin? Yes, it is. The Martinator at pit entry. Jorge Martin has crashed on pit entry and he's got stuck in the little gravel trap. You can rev it all you like there, Jorge. You're not going to get it out of there. So, yellow flag for Martin. The marshals have come out to help him. Pit entry will be closed. It's at the last corner. He'll get it back on the grass. That'll spin up quick if you're not careful. Yellow flag, gets on top of it, and then gets back into the pit lane. So I think he's just missed the pit entry. And he's gone through the gravel. No visible damage to the bike, so we might get away with that one. I'd love to know what happened, though. If we could see a replay, please, director. So it tells me Ryan, I'll see a replay. There's Martin. What does that with his finger? Fire it up again, I think. Here, ready to go again. Takes it on. Right, here we go. Here's a replay. So coming into the last corner, he's missed pit entry. He turns in. He's following Brad. Oh, and the front tips away from him on entry. And just skirts up gently into the accident. Take a listen. So he's following Brad in, and the front just dips away, drags him out wide on entry, so that's nothing he could do. Unfortunately for the yellow flag, lap time's now cancelled for the 11, the 79, and the 21, and the 93. And the 10. All for those track limits that have come through at the last couple of corners. And now the 43 as well. Martin did well actually to keep and the 7. So they're all flying now through on my monitor as to who's having their lap times cancelled. Oh, and the 73 due to it as well. It's a real go-between, isn't it, of who's who? As the action continues on. So we are 15 minutes into this opening practice session of the season. Marco Bezzecchi from Fabio Di Giannantonio, Jorge Martin, Pedro Costa, Pecco Bagnaia, Marc Marquez, Ayagura, Franco Morbidelli, Alex Marquez, Ralph Fernandez, the top 10. And then it's Juan Mir, Luca Marini, Johan Zarco, Diego Moreira, Brad Binder, Fabio Quartararo, Maverick Vinales, Alex Rins, and Air Bashini, Jack Miller, Tomac Razgatliolu, and Miguel Pirro. And this is down to turn 1. And a little bit of a move now with Pecco Bagnaia on the front brakes. More white on the front of the Ducati this year. There's a monster livery on the back and on the helmet. Very nicely taken actually through that first corner. We're now watching Marc Marquez. That's Bagnaia's, of course, teammate. Oh, apparently, and a little bit of a slide coming into the last corner. Over the line we go now then for Marc Marquez. And it is 5th fastest. 1:29.772. I again apologise for the croaky voice. Adam says, nice jockey, Josh. Thank you very much. Yamaha's going to struggle a big time this season. Absolutely. Forget the coffee, Adam. Yeah, I could do with some throat cleaners. I've got this antiseptic spray, which if you take it off, it looks like a Dalek. So that's why I've got a spray into my throat. Megan's got tonsillitis as well. She's recovered. She got tonsillitis early on in the week. She's recovering. She's got her voice slightly back, so she might join me in the commentary box for the sprint race tomorrow, and then see how she is for the Grand Prix. If she can do the sprint, she'll do the Grand Prix. But it very much is going to be blind leading blind, as I too have caught Megan's. Because you can catch tonsillitis from damaged surfaces as well, and I haven't got tonsillitis, I've got a very sore throat. sadly, is going round. Don't worry, the lip mic will be sanitised after this. Possibly any good reason to use a lip mic in these situations, because not going to infect anybody else for once. Look at that, Marc Marquez going for a championship equaling 8th alongside Giacomo Agostini. He's already level with Valentino Rossi as a 7-time MotoGP World Champion. That's how much stress is Premier Class World Championships. World Championships still count in Moto2 and Moto3, but Liberty Media are trying to distance themselves from Moto2 and Moto3 in terms of those championships counting overall. So on the graphics, you'll see them as Agostini on 8, Rossi on 7, but we all know Agostini's got so many World Championships more, and we know that Rossi's 9. Track goes quiet then, with 15 minutes gone. Everyone's back into the pit lane, which is not good news for a commentator who is having to sound like he's commentating on darts, or even that of snooker at the moment. There's a 93 in the background. Lovely banners and the tyre riders. Just see Mikel Piro's now having something. Fermin Aldeguer says, I need to come back. Aldeguer not racing, so the Ducati test rider, Mikel Piro, back in. Fermin Aldeguer out with injury, which is going to be so hurtful to miss the opening race of the season. Piro will not, by the way, score World Championship points. He is not doing as a full-time rider, so he will not be given that chance, but he's done a 1:31.919 at the moment. This is nice to have the tyres back, actually, as well. And I'd miss those during testing. You don't get the tyre data. Just trying to have a look to see what we could do with the timing screens and that lot. Definitely, I think we could move them around and show a bit more data. Quite tempted to play with it now, but I know if I play with it now, I'll break it. Track is silent. So let's give you a few action points then on this track then, and show you where is important. We've got our apex pad tool open, so let's show you then turn number 1 here. Turn 1, tight inside, hug the apex and drift the bike out, so sort of just take it through nice and calm. Small kink here actually at turn 2. You do sort of feel it because the bike sort of goes down to the centre as you come into the braking zone. Hard through 3, wide line in, hit the apex, and sort of come back on yourself to hit the apex out of turn 3. Down through 4 and 5, very simple. Just hug the inside, let it drift out. Same coming into here, take the inside line, let it drift out wide again, come back on the inside. Clip the inside a little bit if you can. 5 and 6. Same goal through 7 and 8. And then into 9 and 10, sort of a late pickup to sort of maintain the racing line. In the last corner, hard on the brakes, hit the acute angle and try and straight line it out across the line. So that's a little look around the circuit as the drivers come out. Just turn that off. So yeah, just how the racing line sort of works around here. I wonder how dynamic. I wonder how the dynamic will be if Marc and Acosta are literally teammates together. It's the rumour going around, isn't it, that we're going to see Pedro Acosta move up to the factory team with Ducati as well, with Bagnaia leaving. Bezzecchi, Acosta, Piro, Miller, Bagnaia, and Martin all coming out now of the pit lane. So they now take that option to leave the pits. Got Jorge Martin now down towards the first corner. Bagnaia's lifted off ever so slightly. I thought he might have gone for it, but no. Just a small lift as they hurtle down. Let's see a replay. This is Martin's crash a few moments ago. On entry into that last corner, as I said, you try and sort of create a V-angle entry and I don't know if he got caught up in the wake of Brad Binder, but the front just dipped away from him. And that's what I said about nothing could be done. Such an easy mistake. Just keeping it down low and trying to maintain that advantage. 25 minutes to go then. We'll have the practice start session with Susie and the boys. As they continue. Jack Miller looking strong. He's turning around Mikel Pirro now. Track's getting busy again. You can see Miller into the last corner now. Alongside Pirro. I wish they'd just give us the racing numbers instead of the names as well. So much easier to come on the brakes. A bit of a front wheelie coming up there from Pirro. Nicely done the attack so far, by the way. There's Raul Fernandez from Madrid, Spain, born October 23rd, 2000. Watching on nicely. Would have been the year below me at school. So still weird how these things turn out sometimes. And we're now commentating for you lovely people watching us on YouTube. Well done, by the way, for getting up, staying up, or even just tuning in to us here. Very much appreciated. Welcome back to your regular servings of MotoGP pudding. This is going to be quite an interesting year. There's Martin to the first sector. He's down by 0.183. Bagnaia is down by half a second across the two sectors, so he can't deal with anything. He was struggling there. Martin still pushing, 0.453, so he too is half a second down. So they're on the old compounded tyres. I haven't got information about how old yet, as you can see on your monitor, but you can guarantee they've taken them as they come through. I really hope Bulliger comes into a MotoGP next. We are going to get numbers of MotoGP season riders, market updates over the next course of the season. This season is going to be absolutely crazy with the amount of riders that are changing over from one series to the next. Bulliger does look like he's going to be the next one to go up after a dominant start to the World Superbike season in Phillip Island. Should we get onto that? What's your take about MotoGP apparently moving to Adelaide? Now, I say apparently because you all know as well as I do, MotoGP is never going to race at a street circuit. There's no way they can make it safe enough. It looks very much likely that we're going to see MotoGP go to the Bend, which is a circuit in the middle of nowhere without any main grandstands and a very boring place. So I'd love to know if you like the idea of an Adelaide street circuit or if you are really going to miss Phillip Island. Personally, I am going to miss Phillip Island, and I hope in some situations that we get to stay at Phillip Island coming into the next season. Don't really like that Phillip Island gets replaced, says Sean. Let us know in the chat. What do you think? Thanks, Sean. Always got our back with our information there. Alex Marquez is 48 thousandths of a second up at the moment. Luca Marini is a second off. Let's see what we've got then for the last two corners. Marini trying to find the right power at the exit. Over the line he comes now. And Luca Marini, no, 130.623, so stays in 12th position. Alex Marquez running in P9. Going to try and find something out of there in order to contend with. Quartararo running in 16th. Now, Alex is 3.5 tenths of it, now half a second away. Quartararo is now a second away. So he's too losing out on pace. On board, into the last corner, over the line. What has Alex Marquez gone? 9th fastest, 130.215. Decent lap time. Very decent lap time, actually. I think it's safe to call there. Quartararo 130.872. So, again, more time being found. Right. Sean adds, and Adelaide just doesn't seem a suitable track for MotoGP. How many riders do you think are going to switch teams this season, and how many new rookies could we be seeing going into 2027? I think we're going to see definitely Bagnaia's leaving Ducati. Definitely Martin is leaving Aprilia. Definitely Quartararo is joining Honda. Definitely it looks like either Juan Mir or Luca Marini or both are leaving Honda. Mark's staying at Ducati. Acosta's leaving KTM. This basically is going to be a silly season like we've never seen before, and the reason for that is because this is the last year of the 1000cc regulations. Next year, MotoGP goes to 850cc engines and we go to synthetic fuels. So this is now really hopping on with the manufacturer. You think he's going to get the engine right and going to get the fuel right. So it's a bit of a mess. And also, this is the last year with Michelin tyres. Next year, it's all going to be about the use of Pirelli in the Premier class. Just like it is in Moto2 and Moto3 right now. So, anyone's guess. Excuse me, viewers. Don't worry, there are multiple tissues. One for the mic, one for me. And there's sanitizer. As they come through. More riders still on the attack. This is Fabio Quartararo now. Down on the brakes. What's he got here? This is through down into turn 6. Oh, and he got on the curb. Had to look behind him to see if anyone was there so that he didn't compromise a lap time. There was a KTM, but he was out of the way safe before that even occurred. Still, that's the thoughtfulness we're seeing. Coming in for Fabio. Still, oh, hello. What's the Quartararo's looking down at his foot peg almost. Is there something hanging off? Well, I think one of the aero devices might be a bit loose, you know. There's just something hanging off on the side. Yeah. I think he's looking to see if a winglet was loose. Certainly didn't look like it was stable at the moment. Marc Marquez. 4/10 off at the moment. He's 5th fastest, and he's not racing 100% fit, remember. He's coming into the season injured. Which means only one thing, and you know what that is. He's going to be unstoppable. Mark injured. He is more the Terminator than the Martinator of Jorge Martin. Mark literally is the Terminator. He's been rebuilt so many times. He's practically a Cyberman. Over the line for Marc Marquez. It's a 1:30.623 as a strong delta time for a race run pace. 17 minutes to go of this first free practice session of the season. Sure, what have you put here as well? I hope Mir joins a competitive team if he does leave Honda. I think Rins is more likely to be out of the grid entirely, which is sad considering how much potential he had back then until his injuries totally derailed his MotoGP career. I second your opinion. I'm totally with you on that. As, this is Quartararo again, mid-corner coming out into turn 11. Coming through turn 11, the bike just squiggling around from underneath him, and he was lucky not to go down on the deck, actually. Now, what's this from Simon Patterson? Simon Patterson has revealed a big tech upgrade coming through. F1 wing, not the Wi-Fi router on the Aprilia today. It's not a homologated component yet. So they're going to switch between then circuit by circuit. One gives more grip, one gives more speed. So the Aprilia has the little F1 rear wing on it. Thank you, Simon. Finding out some information down there from the race.com. As they try and go back on the power. We're watching Fabio Quartararo now. Hugs that inside line nicely, coming through into sector 2. He's gone off the track again, coming down into turn 4 and 5. Quartararo's not happy. I hate to say it, but you know that Fabio's not happy. There's been rumours still circulated at the day one of the Sepang test that he wanted to leave. Yeah, and it looks like he's going to join Honda. And of course they lost so, and he got injured, of course, in the test with an accident. So Quartararo is not the type of rider you want out there if he's angry, so to speak, and that could be a little bit of a crude move coming into the season if he's going to be joining Honda at the start of next season with the new regulations. Just taking a look. Some more runs coming in here, actually, from Acosta. Just to prove, one tissue down, one tissue for the mic. Just to clean that up. Rins was like one of the next big talents in MotoGP back then when he was in Suzuki. But that leg injury has just unfortunately ruined his career, and he just wasn't the same rider since. Agreed. Rins could have been world champion, and he hasn't really had that. Just as my water bottle's matching my jacket and the background. We really are a checkered flag broadcast, aren't we? I mean, that's over the top. I've got a checker flag background, a checker flag jacket. I've got a checker flag shirt, I've got checker flag shorts, and I've got a checker flag water bottle. I've got a checker flag throw, a cover. I could be the king of checkered flags. I could be the king of racing if I wanted to be. Crown myself. Marco Bezzecchi's P2 at the moment as they come into it. Mark still agitating with the team there as work goes on down at Fabio Quartararo. 1 day older than me. Born the 20th of April 1999. I was the 21st. How about that? I think he's got the cooler job. Yeah. So there he is. Looking good. Looking refreshed. Stressed, but refreshed. As I go out again. Looking like PNG background. Yes, it is, isn't it? Yeah, it is. I wonder if that means if you can remove the background of my top and put anything on me. That'd be quite something, wouldn't it? I wonder if I should put on a green jacket. I mean, we've got a green screen over here, look. I'll get it over here. There's a green screen. Just at the side of the comms box. That's where we stand if we want to do any other information. There's a camera over there. Here's Top Rat Razgatliolu. Haven't mentioned him much, have we? I think we should. World Superbike champion 3 times over. Last year's world champion. And he's coming in now on a Yamaha for the Prima Pramac squad. Teammate to Jack Miller. Now, do not expect a lot from him this year. Really don't. Because he is coming from World Superbikes to MotoGP. It is the equivalent of riding with stabilisers and then having your stabilisers taken off. That's an equivalent of, from our point of view, how difficult it is then to learn to ride a bike without the stability of stabilisers. It's not too dissimilar to having to learn a MotoGP bike. It is going to take him a little bit of time. But have confidence. Race by race, he'll get quicker and quicker. And I think he'll take some points home. And I think maybe by the end of the season, he might be having a couple of podiums. Next year might be the time to get some wins. It'd be the same if Nicola Bulger came over. In the races we saw him do at the end of last season, it took him 2 events in order to get points at the final round in Valencia. Oh, thank you, Graham, saying that you like it as well. Oh, I like it too. Matches, isn't it? What have we got next? Da-da-da. Also hope Aguirre stays healthy for the entire season. Agreed. Wonder if Diego could surprise this season. Yeah, Diego Moreira also. As we take a look now, watch out for him this season. And it will be great if we get both Toprak and Bulliger, the two best Superbike legends this era, in the same MotoGP grid. World Superbikes to MotoGP is like GT car racing to F1. Perfect analogy there as well, actually. From win to purple. Yeah, great analogy there as well. For a racing perspective. Because these are purpose-built racing machines. The World Superbikes, you can go buy that bike near enough in the next day. See it race on the Sunday, buy it on the Monday. But you can't buy a MotoGP bike. Not for public use, anyway. Fairly sure you probably could somewhere. Less than 10 minutes to go. Is it annoying that my voice is now kind of warmed up in a vocal zone that I can sort of keep talking? It's just at the end of the session, so it's going to take 40 minutes to warm up. It's going to be a long one. 3 MotoGP races back-to-back might kill me, just to let you know. I'll try and not blow my voice at the starts of events. Might be quite a solemn lights out. Or if Madam's voice is back, because she's got tonsillitis. Should be back this year. Megan taking on a bit more of a role this year. I'm not going to be here for every event this season of MotoGP. Oh no. I'm taking a few off. Totally off. I'm not here for the French Grand Prix. And I'm not here for the Austrian Grand Prix. That's the 2 I know about so far. French Grand Prix. I'm at a Brands Hatch and a personal event on the Saturday. And for Austria, it is my partner's 30th birthday. So we are not here for... I'm not here for Austria. Weekend off. So Megan will be filling into the boots alongside a new co-commentator that she'll have for those events as well, so she won't be on her own. Graham says, I didn't expect much from Toprak this year. He's really in a pickle. New bike under development that looks like it needs major improvement in every aspect of the bike. And he's not familiar with the tyres too. That's also very true. I really hope he gets a positive season though. No, I agree. And he's coming in at the end of one regulation change when a new regulation change is coming in for next year. So this V4 bike, does it work? Because everyone so far has said, no, it doesn't work. And those saying, no, it doesn't work, mean that, well, why do I want to take it on for a couple more seasons then? Why do I want to bother? As Pecco Bagnaia comes down through the second sector, soft front, medium rear. Got a new graphic this year, live rider tracker on the TV monitors if you're watching along with us. 3, 5 and 6, you can see it on the bottom of your screen. Still on the attack form. I said that, now I know what happened. Yep. Bit more? Is that it? Yeah. I said it and then it glitched. That's my fault. That's totally my fault. That's a curse to the commentator. As we ride with Bagnaia. Oh, they're talking about Phillip Island over at TNT. We'll hear from them again throughout the season as well. Don't worry, we'll have them in the pre and post shows. Oh, there's our audio finally from Bagnaia. 6th fastest still. On a 1:29.791. 19 thousandths off of Marc Marquez though. That's an interesting little surprise. As Wan Mir goes into 11th on a 1:30.311. So a little improvement as Miller 1:20.839. sort of goes now up into 20th position. Yeah, my voice actually warmed up a little bit. I found the right vocal zone. Commentating is quite like singing, really, as well. You sort of try and find the pitch and just sort of stay there where it doesn't hurt. And this one doesn't hurt that much. So just sort of try and stay there and not damage the voice. Bagnaia is now 0.6 of a second down. Trying to find in a nice little workaround. 1:29.346 for Bezzecchi. 1:29.534 for Di Gianantonio. 5 minutes and 13 left of this session. What have you got for us then, MotoGP this year? Is it more fun or is it more disaster? As they come into the last corner. Boot it hard over the line. And Bagnaia goes... Well, it's a 1:30.982, so stays in 6th. Aguirre in 7th. Morbidelli in 8th. Marini in 10th. Here's Gigi Dall'Igna watching on, making sure everything is still A-OK. Me on a 1:30.082. He went up into 12th. Marquez still down. No one's improved from the early lap times they set. Pirro's improving. Miller improved. But that's it. Everybody else, well, Mia, yeah. Miller, yeah. Marini, yeah. A few exceptions to the rules, but nobody's really giving it the full shebang. Which is a little bit upsetting, actually. I thought they'd give it a little more oomph. A bit more va-va-voom, but they haven't. They haven't. They sort of just kept it sort of the same across the board. They're not really improving. Of course, this afternoon practice is going to be good. Josh is ready for some sleep. I've had sleep, honestly. I've only just woken up. It's 4:28 in the morning here. I've already had 8 hours sleep. I will go back for some more sleep, but I'm ready to rest the voice for a couple of hours. You're right there, Adam. Where we got through. Toprak also a very terrible bike on paper this season. Not expecting much of him. That's from Sean. I think, yeah, agreed with everything you're saying there. Coming in there on the monitors YouTube, on the YouTube chat. As I go up 1:29.695, improves up to 5th place, and a new time on the board. He's ahead of Marquez. And that's Marquez running wide, actually. Mark and Alex both running wide down there at the last, down turn 3. A little bit of a surprise. Let's take a look actually at Trackhouse. Beautiful livery that they've got this year. Haven't seen much of Alex actually identified on our monitors in this session. Trying to work out if they've got a new livery or not. Over the line from Digi. Stays where he is. Maybe Matt White was right to pick Marco Bezzecchi as a sprint race winner tomorrow. Stellar first session for him. As we take a look inside the... These do get sticky. Take a look inside on the monitor there. 2 minutes to go. We're looking at Juan Mir now. Soft front, medium rear. 106.310. Sounds like a radio station, that, doesn't it? In Albert Park, Melbourne. Formula 1 back next weekend. You can catch all the action on JB Motorsports. Back next Thursday, actually. By this time, we would have known the grid for the F2 and F3. Oh, and Mia banging the bike. Coming into the last corner at turn 12. Just went straight on, and that's it. His microphone you can hear, not mine. Yeah, just not happy with the situation there. Just giving it a little bit of a boom, boom, boom on the front. He wasn't quite happy with it. Let's take a look in. So on the brakes, down again. Mia turns in, and does the front... Oh, it just doesn't turn in. Did not turn in. Yep, Sean's right. We've got an IndyCar this weekend. IndyCar is back live on the main channel. Special weekend, actually, because for the first 2 weekends, IndyCar's teaming up with NASCAR. So we got IndyCar at St. Pete, plus the trucks, NASCAR Craftsman's Truck Series, while O'Reilly and Cup are over at COTA. So you can join us all for that. Agura now, we're watching on the 79 bike, running in for Trackhouse. Looks like a 73 on his number board. Same helmet as Alex Marquez. Very disconcerting as he comes over the line. Actually, he's moved up to P4 to 129.655. So improvement on the time there. Yep, we're live all weekend as well. And guess who's Muggins is on the commentary for? Oh, that's going to be a long session for IndyCar. 44.428 in the first sector, so marks down as the checker flag is out. First session of the year done for MotoGP. Well, there we go then, folks. MotoGP is done for free practice Uno. Is Uno 1? Or is Uno 0? Never really got that one. Free practice 1 done. Trackhouse, I think, is going to be a most improved team this season. Agreed. So, I agree with you there, Sean. Trackhouse look good. We'll have the practice start session shortly as everyone crosses the line to confirm their lap times, which means it is Marco Bezzecchi, fastest. Got a yellow flag. Is that for Acosta? Yeah, look, Acosta stopped on the board there. Well, is that practice starts? Because look, got Acosta and Vinales stopped, and then there's Pirro. I think that's for practice starts, because the practice start zone is around about here. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. But practice starts usually on the grid for the practice start session that happens after this one. So I guess we'll wait and see what happens on that front. Now, is the battle screen ready? Answer, no. So that means I've got to get it ready on our monitors here in the booth. Good first session. What did you all think of it back home? Was it good? Did you enjoy it? Could there be improvements? 100% as the yellow flag comes in. 100% open suggestions though. There we go. 9 pissed. Sorted. Well, never trust me to do me work. I've mucked myself a little bit going into it. Okay, well, there we go then. Session concluded as things stand. Let's head down to TNT Sports for the practice start session.
But I tell you what, he was so mentally strong, wasn't it? He was a machine. And that's basically what he's trying to help Maverick in that area. That's the only, let's say, piece of Maverick's jigsaw that's missing. His abilities, obviously never in question. He can ride anything. And we saw last year, he was the man who turned KTM around. But and we sort of well, I was hoping that this winter it would work. Oh, everyone, look at that! Wow!
Oh my goodness! That's Quartararo's bike giving up. I wish I was kidding. Fabio Quartararo's bike just exploded coming out of the last few corners. It just gave up completely. Just absolute kaput. Absolutely kaput. Well, I don't wish to speak ill or anything, but I think we know that's going to be completely done and dusted, don't we? So, engine puff, as we now wait to see what's going to happen in the practice starts. Under the Construction Cup. Yeah, Yamaha's going to win the Constructors' Cup. Out they go for practice start. Session concluded. So this is now you get to line up on the grid and do 2 to 3 practice starts on the actual grid. Take it away, Susie Perry.
Yeah, but you could have done a contract with Yamaha
Ahead of time.
staying 1 year in World Superbikes, like go back to them and then make the jump.
There were talk actually at one point last season that was
I remember we
with
talked
Honda,
about it.
with Honda.
Yeah, we
he
talked
was
about
going
it.
to maybe do a deal where he did a year on the World Superbike and then did all the testing for Honda on the 28.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I bet I wish he'd gone down that road now.
It's going to be a long year, put it that way.
Yeah.
What have you made of the Hondas in this session?
Where are they?
Both of them reading quickly, putting the glasses on to read. Well, the
Yeah.
mid-table really.
Well, they're
Luca
not-
Marini is.
Honda, we saw in Sepang
It's terrible.
some really good signs, and then as soon as they came here, so it looks like it's mainly down that rear tyre, where they're not able to generate the grip. They've got a lot of spin. They got not much grip on maximum lean. They are struggling with that special construction tyre, you know, that is made for the heat. So yeah, Honda, I'd say it doesn't look like, even compared to last year, it looks like they've not made the step. Last year they looked quite good. Zarco was good. Mir crashed out the race. I think he was in P7, so they were looking quite good last year already. And yeah, this year, yeah, it looks like they've not made that step. They've lost the concessions now, so this is effectively the first race that they're
that's
not
an
running
important
concessions
point.
anymore, and they've had to validate their engine spec for the year. So from this very FP1, they have to keep now the same engine spec for the whole year, just like the other manufacturers except Yamaha.
And that really just exaggerates how well Diogo Moreira's doing at the moment, doesn't it? We know he's obviously getting a bit of help from Marc Marquez there, but to be where he sat as a rookie on your first session.
Well, yeah, if you look at
happy
it,
with that, haven't you?
he's 0.3 behind Mir.
Yeah.
And Marini, so on the factory bikes, which is
That's sensational.
pretty impressive. And he's done the exact same lap time as his teammate Zarco, pretty much. Oh, yep, as he stalled, it looks like he stalled. Oh no, yeah.
He's going to.
Yeah, thought he stalled it then.
You're going to pole position.
I tell you what we have learned, and we saw it obviously in the test, is that the Aprilia is the bike to be on around this
Here,
track.
yeah.
That's a chunk of time. If you look, really, he's got Bez is 0.1 of a second faster than everyone, but his main rivals, and you can't help but look to where Mark is. He's 0.4 of a second faster than Mark.
That start as well looked like effortless. The Aprilia just looks so sorted everywhere.
It's actually reflecting Bez's personality. Yesterday, during the press conference, they were asked to put their top 5.
Oh, that was close. That stepped out a long way, didn't it?
Just going back to that. Yeah, Tom Dotsey's still got a smile on his face there. They were asked to put their top 5 for this race, who they thought was going to be in the top 5. Bez didn't even put himself. And someone went, "What, Bez? Why have you not put yourself in the top 5?" And he just went, "Low profile."
He doesn't want the pressure, does it? And you can't blame him. There is something about being an outsider, and I mean now the case is hard. Oh, look at that shot!
What a great shot!
Wow. Yeah, that was close actually.
He grabbed the clutch. You see, that was pretty
It
good
went
to see
that
as well.
far.
Just grabbed the clutch.
I mean, imagine a high siding like that.
Would not be good.
We've not seen that, yeah, and hopefully we don't see it before the ride identifies go. But this, yeah, on the starts, the limit now is not the wheeling anymore on the bike. The limit is that rear grip when they drop the clutch. They are able to do it so aggressively that the limit is the rear spinning. That's why we're seeing, especially when they do the plastic starts and they're not on the clean part of the track, we see a lot of near misses really.
You love it as well, though. You love a practice style, don't you?
I love that. Yeah. I mean, in a way, it is quite nice for MotoGP. It's one of the unique, sort of technical.
You literally
Look at that. Those bike dropping.
You'd pay to come and just watch them start, wouldn't you?
I've got to say as well, when you actually do a start with the rider engaged, it just feels so good.
I bet it does.
It feels like you can't do nothing wrong. But the bike feels like an absolute missile.
Where normally when you do a start, the thing that's holding you back is always wheelie, isn't it?
The power is down. Like the engineers would map that bike on a starting mode where you don't actually get nowhere near the full power in first gear. with those ride-eye devices, the bike is so low, it's effectively a drag bike.
Yeah.
So you're able to use a lot more of that power. And yeah, now it's well, it's not 60 in less than 2 seconds, so you've got to, you gotta hold on tight.
Those Aprilias look good, don't they, on the starts?
Aprilias look sorted.
Yes.
The start, the cornering, the braking zones, everything just looks so good. I can't believe, Neil, when we did the predictions that you didn't have an Aprilia on the podium this week.
I know, I'm already regretting it.
Yeah, you're going to regret that.
Yeah, I think we're definitely going to get the Aprilia on the podium. We might even have 3.
They've never been on the
And we've
podium.
not, I was going to say,
Okay.
it's crazy, that stat, isn't
Yeah,
it?
I didn't realise that.
Awagura was very close last year. He was very, very strong here last year, but yeah.
And they could even get a couple of spots on the podium this weekend.
They could. Yeah, well, if you... Oh, wow! He's doing it on purpose now.
Yeah, that's on purpose.
Just making sure the tyre is finished.
That almost destroys the engine as well when you're having it like that. And it's spinning.
The spin there initiated quite late.
It did.
And just got worse. Wow. I mean, that's cooked now. Yeah. Right, let's have a look
Here we
again.
go. This will
Yeah,
look
look, he's
really
not
good.
spinning
No,
now.
yeah,
And then he starts.
This will look, once it starts,
Yeah.
obviously, then you're just a passenger. It just won't stop. But
Weird.
He,
But then he kept it
kept
pinned.
it on.
Yeah, he kept it pinned and went through the gears as well.
Yep, that sounds about right, doesn't it, really? What an absolute mess from Fabio Quartararo there. Spinning up the rear tyres and... Well, just hoping, really, he gets away with it. I guess it's that type of day here in MotoGP. Don't think I'll ever understand this sport. Don't think you will either. Anyway, that's it, folks, for the first practice session of 2026. Marco Bezzecchi is fastest from Di Giannantonio and Martin, the top 3. We'll be back with you later on at 8 a.m. UK time in about 3 hours and 18 minutes. Join us then for the practice session, which will decide the running order for Q1 and Q2. See you later on. Bye-bye.